There's basically no technological discussion or technology discussion without AI. Everything is about AI, but today, this is something quite different. And I must say, for the fact that I have tech discussions every week, this one's quite different. Homegrown intelligence, building Nigerian AI for a stronger, safer, more prosperous nation. Now that's the topic that we're dealing with today. Our guest is Modupe Ajibola, a technological expert, a global employer, and the CEO of Varitech, a US-based policy information platform. It is great to have you. You're welcome.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
You're welcome. This is quite intriguing. This is the first. I mean, we've spoken about AI on many angles, but you're talking about homegrown AI.
Yes.
What exactly do you mean when you say Nigerian AI or homegrown AI, as it were?
Okay, so AI, like you said, is everywhere, is just right now permeating every country, and everybody's a race to who can get there first. The US is racing China. There's different AI platforms, language models that are coming up and doing better than each other. The difference, the complication is that all these language models are now using the context of Africa and the context specifically of Nigeria to gather this data and intelligence to feed it so that it can be better for Nigerians. So there's a risk factor for Nigeria to continue to put data into this system that is actually not
controlled by Africans.
You nailed it.
It's interesting. I fully understand what you're talking about. So you're talking about African solutions for African problems.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I said. How do we go about it?
Fantastic. So I'm gonna tackle it in 3 areas. One is the opportunity for government, the opportunity for business, and the opportunity for individuals.
No.
So for government, the sovereignty of your country is based on your intelligence. Right now, in this era we're in, data is king, which means whoever knows the most about you can compromise you the most. Whoever knows the most about you can gain from business opportunities ahead of you. So Nigeria today, what we're finding out is that if your data, if we have an opportunity, because a lot of the countries developed countries, have found a way to master the data of their citizens, right? They've mastered the businesses, the business infrastructure and all that. Nigerians have a huge opportunity in that we have not yet mastered that. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. It's a blessing in that it allows us now to leapfrog where we were before. We don't need to go through and build all this infrastructure that US has built for years because of AI. We can actually leapfrog it now and start from the data intelligence itself.
Okay.
Data intelligence means this. It means what you don't know can cost you the most. Nigerian government now needs to take advantage of AI to do what we call SAFE, is secure your nation's data and intelligence. You have to secure it. There's no question about it. And to secure it, you can't secure it without gathering it first, because you don't even know where it's at and what it's doing. Well, AI can now help with that.
Okay.
Right? And the kind of AI we're talking about is where Nigerian government begins to invest in their own training centers for LLM, for large language models.
Okay.
Where we get the models, we train it with our own contextual data. So, and then you protect that from foreign interest. Because if they get their hands on that information, suddenly now your country is at risk of somebody.
I'm thinking about it. How many data centers do we even have? How many, should I say, confined servers? How many? It seems like still a long way to
Well,
go.
that's the opportunity, though. The opportunity is not in doing it yourself. They're investment companies looking for this opportunity because they know there's gains around it, right? Because if you organize the market, then suddenly there's opportunity for you to monetize the market. So partner with those that are interested in doing that, let them build the data centers and let them gain from the organization of the market through the AI intelligence. So that's for the government side.
So it's not just it's a public, private, it's everybody coming.
It's all connected together.
Participation.
Yes.
The government has to involve, of course, the private and the public sector to be part of all of this.
Yes.
It's not something that they can do.
Yes.
But that's
Yes.
one. There are 2 others.
So we say for the government is safe. Each acronym stands for something, which is secure. Then A for accountability, right? And the F for you want to be more faster in delivering services. One of those are passport. You want to renew your passport. All these things we do in Nigeria. You want to automate them so that it can move fast. And you can do that. You can reduce the task orientation around those things, building agents around those things. This is a new job opportunity.
I mean, we already have a database when you talk about BVN, NIN, and all of that. So there should be some sort of, all of them should work together, because as at now, you see that thing where it seems like they are, you know, you have more or less like your security number, which outside, even in the Western world, would cover everything. But yeah, looking at like 2 or 3, there's the BVN, there's the NIN, there's, you know.
That's the inefficiency. Even if you want to get a passport, you will fill out all these forms. Like you said, there's so many forms that are not talking to each other. Yeah. And you have to keep filling them out, filling them. You go to a bank every day, there's so many of them, which you don't need to be doing anymore as an entity. You can have AI take on those tasks, identifying the match within the data, synchronizing it, and letting people identify. So that's for government. Then for business sector is a huge one. We call it, GROW, which is generate leads with intelligent marketing. Right now, there's Nigerian businesses that I talk to. We've started building some platforms for some businesses. They never even accounted for or were able to forecast their business correctly. When is the opportunity coming? Where is it coming from? Should we build this shop right? Should we shut the shop right down? Should we buy more inventory? Should we not buy more inventory? Companies like Sears in the US and some other JCPenney's, they've lost business because of this. Because you've got to apply AI to be able to intelligently guide your business. Now, this is an opportunity for businesses, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to hire 1 million people anymore to do this. You can harness the power of AI to do it. And that starts with you getting into no longer having stuff like websites and all these apps. Just have an intelligent agent that runs behind any of those entities so that it knows your business, it's learning it, and it's reacting to your business and helping you forecast. So that's for business. So the acronym obviously is GROW, which is generate leads, reduce cost, optimize operations, and efficiency. And then for individuals, we talk about us. What can Nigerians in the diaspora do? What can Nigerians here do? What's the collaborative opportunity? Well, Nigerians in the diaspora are part of the learning centers right now, for the data centers, for the growth in AI. A lot of guys are in that sector right now. Well, the government here can be an enabler to allowing those people bring their knowledge. This is the ecosystem I was talking about. Yeah. Bring their knowledge to enable businesses here and in partnerships and whatnot in growing our AI and protecting that for the country. So it's not a luxury like you think. AI is no longer a luxury like you think. It's here and it's moving faster than you can imagine. And to fall behind it is a risk both nationally and any other way you can imagine. The young people in Nigeria can be part of this learning curve. Training centers, training LLMs, building from Llama to OLMs, customizing it for Nigerian contextual use. There's a lot of jobs that need to be created for that. And then that knowledge can be used to outsource this young men's services. Because, you see, developed countries are saturated right now. They don't have, in fact, the US may even be one of them, where the knowledge gap and the wealth gap is already widening, you know that. But then the folks that want to be in tech and the folks that just want to exist is tightening up, which means you have less people that want to do jobs for IT in those countries, less natives, if you will, which offers an opportunity for Nigerians here because we hire them here. They're cheaper cost. We don't want global companies to go to countries like India, or we want them to come to Nigeria. Well, now for the first time, we can give them the security they're looking for. Because the fear they had was, if I go to Nigeria, all these 419 activities, how would my business be protected? What is the data? Now we can use AI to protect them.
Now, the question I want to ask is this: building that sort of that identity, that African identity or Nigerian identity, is it something that can be outsourced or that should be outsourced?
No.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Shouldn't be outsourced.
It can, but it should not.
It should not, because there's a risk of, like you said, infiltration or whatever, getting into it. It should be something that we have to train ourselves to do.
Yeah, they used to say ignorance is bliss. It's no longer bliss. It really isn't. You can't. What you don't know will kill you, and who knows it can use it against you. So. If you bring foreign enterprises and the knowledge is actually not homegrown, or in fact, it can't even work, because the input that we need in these data centers, in these LLMs, these trainings we're giving to these language models, have to come from the people who know the problem. And all these problems are known by the natives. So you can't even bring outsiders. They'll still have to talk to Nigerians, but you have to make sure that Nigerians are benefiting, monetizing around it. You see, this lack of job creation appetite that we see in certain countries, and I know Nigerian government has done a good job to try to improve the economy and help jobs, but you have to, this is the part they need to outsource, I believe. There's a bad habit to not do the right PR, public relations, for businesses and for government in Nigeria. I don't understand what it is about PR that people are afraid of. You got to represent what you're doing and what you need help with. Folks, most countries are hiring your best brains to solve their problems. And your best brains are reaching out back home and saying, hey, we can help, we want to help. And you're not even pulling them to the table. You see what I'm saying? You're pulling, the ones you pull to the table are the ones that have time to sit in Nigeria all day, just in conference rooms. You need the ones that are working in those enterprises and say, hey, mister, what can you bring here as far as knowledge to train our people so that they can also become,
quite
job creators.
Job creators. But this is quite, and it has been quite an enlightening discussion. I know we'll have it on social media. People can take a look at it, and we need more things like this. This is more grease to your elbows. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, that's it on our tech discussion this morning. We'll take a time and now stay with us. There's more to come on the show.